In a quiet law office in Boston, the air felt heavy with tension. Family members sat around a polished mahogany table, waiting for the will to be read. Among them sat Emily Dawson, the youngest granddaughter, wearing a simple blue dress. Her relatives exchanged mocking glances, whispering about how she'd never amounted to much. "She'll probably get the cat," one of her cousins joked. Emily said nothing, her hands folded neatly in her lap, eyes downcast. The lawyer, Mr. Grant, cleared his throat and opened the folder. The room fell silent as he began to read the will of the late Mr. Dawson. As the will was read, laughter rippled around the table. Her uncle received the vacation home, her aunt the company shares, and her cousins large sums of cash. When Emily's name was mentioned, everyone leaned forward. "To my granddaughter Emily," Mr. Grant read, "I leave the key to my workshop and the contents within." The room erupted in snickers. "A workshop?" Her aunt scoffed. "What's she going to do with that?" Emily simply nodded, her face unreadable. She thanked the lawyer quietly and stood up to leave. But Mr. Grant's expression suggested the story wasn't over yet. The next morning, Emily visited the old workshop on the edge of town. Dust covered every surface, sunlight streaming through cracked windows. The place smelled of wood and oil, just as she remembered from childhood. Her grandfather had spent countless hours there, building, creating, dreaming. On the workbench, she found a small wooden box with her name carved into it. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside lay a single brass key and a note, "For the one who saw beyond wealth." "Use this wisely, Emily." She turned the key over in her hand, puzzled yet moved. Later that day, Emily returned to the lawyer's office. Mr. Grant greeted her with a knowing smile. "I was expecting you," he said, leading her to a private room. "Your grandfather left something else, something only you were meant to unlock." He handed her a small envelope sealed with wax. Inside was a second letter from her grandfather, describing a secret vault beneath the workshop. Her heart pounded as she read. "Everything I built, everything I earned, belongs to the one who never judged others by their money." Emily gasped. Her grandfather had hidden more than memories. He had hidden his true legacy. That evening, Emily returned to the workshop with a flashlight. She found a trapdoor beneath an old rug, just where the letter said it would be. With trembling hands, she turned the brass key. The door creaked open, revealing a staircase descending into darkness. Dust and time had concealed it well. She took a deep breath and stepped down. At the bottom, she found a large metal vault embedded in the wall. Her heart raced as she used the key again, and the door swung open to reveal stacks of documents, blueprints, and a small black safe labeled Emily. Inside the safe were property deeds, investment portfolios, and ownership papers for Dawson Industries, the family's multi-million-dollar company. Her grandfather had left the entire business to her. A note sat atop the papers. "Let them laugh, for they never understood what true worth means. Build something better, Emily." Tears filled her eyes. The workshop that everyone mocked had turned out to be the heart of the family fortune, and she was now its keeper. She sat on the cold floor for a long time, overwhelmed by emotion and the weight of what her grandfather had entrusted her with. The next week, Mr. Grant called for a follow-up meeting. The family gathered again, smug and curious. Emily arrived quietly, carrying the same wooden box. "You again?" Her aunt sneered. "How's the workshop?" But before Emily could respond, Mr. Grant stood up, holding a thick stack of documents. "There's been an update," he announced. "Mr. Dawson's personal assets, including Dawson Industries, his patents and all remaining properties, were left to Emily." The room fell into stunned silence. Her uncle's jaw dropped. Her cousins looked pale. Emily didn't gloat. She simply smiled softly, remembering her grandfather's words. The lawyer continued, reading the rest of the letter aloud. "To those who valued only wealth, I leave you with your laughter. To the one who valued love, honesty, and kindness, I leave everything." The room stayed silent except for the soft ticking of the wall clock. Emily stood, thanked the lawyer, and walked out with quiet grace. Outside, the sun broke through the clouds, warming her face. She didn't feel victorious, she felt grateful. Her grandfather had not only left her a fortune, but a reminder that true value isn't in gold or property, it's in character. Days later, Emily reopened the workshop, not as a place of storage, but as a new beginning. She turned it into a community center for young inventors and artists, honoring her grandfather's legacy of creativity. Children laughed, tools clattered, and music filled the air where silence once lived. Her family's scorn had led her here, to purpose, to peace. Standing in the doorway, she whispered, "Thank you, Grandpa." The same workshop that everyone mocked had become a symbol of dreams. Kindness and second chances, proving that sometimes the smallest gift holds the greatest treasure of all.